Good morning, first graders. It's Miss Elaine here. It's such a beautiful day today. I thought I would take a walk around my yard to see what I could find for signs of spring. I really miss being with you, so I thought maybe you'd like to join me in seeing what we can find for signs of spring. Let's take a walk. This is my flower garden. I think you can see some of my flowers have already started coming up. There are a lot more that haven't come up yet, but pretty soon they will. New plants growing is a great sign of spring. Let's go out in the front yard. These are my vegetable beds. I haven't done anything with them yet because it's still a little early to plant. What do you notice about the colors in my front yard? Yes, I see a lot of brown too, but if we look closely, we can see some new green shoots. The grass is starting to grow after being dormant or sleeping all winter. The brown is the old stuff, but this green coming in is new grass. I guess someday, pretty soon, I'm going to have to mow. Let's walk a little further. We usually have some flowers coming up out here, but we might have to dig down to see if there are any there. Here's old leaves from last year. Let's move them and see what we can find. Look, there are some new ones coming up. The leaves help keep them from getting too cold in the early spring, because we had snow the other day. I'll cover them back up so they can be ready for when it's time for them to come up. I don't know if you can see over there, but let's go take a look. You see those piles of dirt? Let's get a closer look. What do you think made those piles of dirt? If you guessed an animal, you'd be right. That's a mole, and they're doing spring cleaning. All winter long, they've been underground, kind of not doing very much. They have tunnels underground, a burrow underground. So this is the time of year when they need to clean all those tunnels out, maybe make some new ones. So this is a really good sign of spring that the moles are cleaning their houses and getting ready. Some people don't like them in their yards. I don't mind them so much. Let's go see what else we can find. This bush has some buds on it. They've been here all winter long, but I think they're starting to get a little bigger. When they get bigger, they will turn into some leaves and maybe some flowers. Let's go see if we can find a tree and see what we can find there. Oh, here are a lot of new plants coming up. Those, I think, are going to be daylilies, and they'll have some beautiful orange flowers before very long. Right next to them is some moss. This has been green all winter long, but pretty soon it will start growing some new stuff. If you ever wanted to touch it, it's really soft. Right now it's a little wet, but it's pretty soft. Here's an evergreen tree. They stay green all winter long, but in the spring they will get some new growth. I don't see any new growth on this one yet. It's a little bit early. But pretty soon that will happen. It will get some new growth on it. Let's go back to the back part of my yard where the woods is. I think you can see there's some trees back there. It's just along the edge of the woods. You see that little chipmunk? They've been sleeping most of the winter, and now they're coming out and being active. I don't know if you saw it. It was pretty cute. I think it saw my dog Arthur and it's probably not going to come out right now. So let's stop for just a minute and listen. You might want to close your eyes when you're trying to listen, and then you don't think about other things. But let's listen and see if we can hear any birds. I think I heard some in the far off distance. Birds are singing and talking to each other and deciding where they want to make a nest. Pretty soon they'll be making nests and laying their eggs, and then we'll have some baby birds. Let's go see if we can find a tree to look at. Here's a little tree that we can see. Do you remember when we went and tapped our maple tree? What were those things on the end called? If you can remember. If you said buds, you're right. Those are the buds. And do you remember what they'll turn into? I bet you do. Yep, leaves and flowers. So they've been there all winter long, but if you look, they're starting to get a little fatter. That means they're swelling up, and pretty soon they will be turning into some leaves and flowers. I don't know if you can see all the way down, there's a ravine in my backyard. And way, way down, there's some water moving. We had some rain, and the water goes down there. But in the winter, that was all frozen. So seeing open water is a great sign of spring. Let's walk along this way and see what else we can find. This is where the squirrels like to hang out. They've been active all winter long, but I've seen them running around chasing each other. They're getting ready to find a place to have their babies, and that will be a great sign of spring when the baby squirrels come out and start playing in the backyard. I hope they stay away from my dog because he will chase them. See all these things on the ground? You know what those are? Those are acorns. They fell in the fall, and the squirrels have been eating them, but I had a really lot of acorns this year. I've tried to clean up some of them, but as we walk, you can see how many there still are out here. It's kind of like walking on little tiny balls, and if you're not careful, you might slip. Here's a sign of somebody's been digging in the yard. Do you have a guess who might be digging? Unless I actually see it, I can't be sure. But sometimes skunks dig. They're looking for little grubs and bugs that live in the soil because they like to eat them. So this could be a skunk. I do have a camera that shows me things that come into my backyard. I'll show you what that looks like. And I have seen a skunk in the backyard so far. This is the camera. Well, we found quite a few things of spring. We found new plants. We found the grass growing. We found the buds are starting to get bigger and will soon open up into leaves. We found some signs of animals being more active because it's springtime. And we found some things growing up that were going to be turning into flowers pretty soon. We tried to listen for some birds. I don't know if you heard them, but I did hear a few of them. So that's just a little quick walk for the spring. I hope you had fun. We'll go in and you can say hi to Arthur. Arthur's my dog. There's Arthur. Arthur, sit. There, say hi to the kids. There, he said hi to you. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed walking with you. I miss you all very much. I can hardly wait till we're back learning and playing and laughing together. I hope you're working hard and doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing and showing your families what great first graders we have at Maple Avenue. If you want to take a walk in your yard and let me know what you find, I'd love to see that. You can post it on your Google Classroom, or you can send me an email. Let me give you my email address so that you can write to me if you would like. Thank you very much. That's my email address. Oh, somebody's walking by, so my dog is telling me somebody's walking by. Thank you so much for being with me.